تناولات ميكو ليست مجرد طعام، إنها متعة.
أنا رحت قبل كده مصنع شوكولاتة. النهارده أنا جاي علشان أستمتع في مهرجان الشوكولاتة. فيديو الديناصور. I like this car. Can I take this with me?
مش إشي عندك تخليه يجرب.
Listen, this is for you. She said you can have them for free. There you go, guys. Fantastic. Do you want to take? All right, send the car to take the boxes.
Send the bill to الغد العربي TV.
Yes, send the bill to الغد. تبعتوا فاتورة للغد العربي. Hey, thank you very much. Don't show problema. This is my card.
Thank you very much.
For الغد TV. It's an Arabic channel. We're doing a food show.
Do you want to talk now?
No, anytime. This is 10% as well.
Great.
This you can email us and to know when you're going to be on footage. So you can.
Oh, amazing. Thanks so much. Have a good day.
Same to you. See you soon.
I start with the bean, and this particular chocolate's just made from the ground nibs.
Do you do this? Do you do this yourself?
I just do this myself. Yeah. I'm in Wales. I'm in Wales. Yeah.
We're gonna tour the UK شكله.
Yeah, والله.
That's me in my kitchen, making it by hand.
No, we'll definitely come to see you.
The Jamie Oliver magazine this month. So.
It's fantastic. We'll 100% will come and see you. So we'll keep in contact. My name is Miko.
Miko.
And this is
Pablo.
Pablo.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And Hazem is a visit. Give you a visit in Wales. How long will it take you, for example, to make a bar of chocolate from the beginning, from absolute beginning?
About a day and a half.
A day and a half. زي ما انتم شايفين هتلاقوا خرفان في كل حته. احنا دلوقتي في ويلز وهي معروفه هنا بالخرفان. وويلز دي جزء من المملكه المتحده بريطانيا. ايه بريطانيا؟ 4 دول. ايرلندا الشماليه وانجلترا واسكتلندا وويلز. احنا دلوقتي في ويلز، يعني احنا دلوقتي في بلد تانية بس لسه جوه نفس الجزيره ونفس احنا مالنا بالكلام ده؟ احنا بتوع تاريخ. احنا رايحين نشوف دلوقتي واحد بيعمل شوكولاته من اولها لاخرها. طلع في مجلات مع جيمي اوليفر وطلع وراح مهرجان. احنا اساسا قابلناه في المهرجان، فاكرين؟ كان مهرجان الشوكولاته صح؟ صح، كان الشوكولاته صح؟ كان الشوكولاته صح؟ شوكولاته شوكولاته حلوه قد بصوا الجمال. يا جماعه بندور على الراجل بتاع الشوكولاته وهو قال لنا في فيليج من ويلز، في قريه جوه القريه، واحنا دلوقتي زي ادغال يعني الموضوع. يا رب نلاقيه بس. انا مش مرتاح لك، انت ترن ليفت مش مرتاح لك انت. Here he is. بص. Hello. How you doing? Very well. Yeah. Loved it.
Hi, I'm Pablo, and I make chocolate from the bean. So I'm a chocolate maker, which is slightly different to a chocolatier, who make interesting artistic confections, whereas I'm making it from scratch. So I start with the bean and take it right through to the bar. I make raw chocolate, which means, unlike traditional chocolate makers who roast their beans, I don't do the roasting. I keep all the enzymes and the antioxidants and the nutrients that are found in raw cacao alive and available within the bar. So this is a healthy chocolate bar, and also hopefully it tastes good too. I just choose not to roast from my own chocolate. It's a Peruvian bean which has some very natural fruity flavors in it anyway, so it would be a shame to lose them in the roast.
الحاجه اللي عجبتني جدا في الراجل ده اللي هو من 5 سنين ما كانش كده، كان بيلعب مزيكا وكان في كل يوم حته وبيعمل حاجات كتيره. في لحظه قرر ان هو يغير نظام الاكل بتاعه ويغير وبدا يحب الشوكولاته، وبعد ما حب الشوكولاته من سنه بدا البيزنس بتاعه وبدا يوزع ليه لندن وسكوتلاند ويوزع في ليفربول ومانشستر وفي كل حته من مكانه هنا من البيت، من المطبخ جوه البيت. بيزنس مش محتاج راس مال.
Today,
yeah,
we're going to make some chocolate from the bean.
From the bean, from the absolute beginning.
From scratch.
From here.
Right from the beginning. There's not many people doing this.
No.
So let's have a little look. Make sure there's no sort of nasty ones in there. Any little ones like that, they can go back in the bag for now. But there's some nice fat ones ready cracked. So then we're just going to pour it into this machine here. Put a few of those in. And that's cracking the bean. You can see we've got some beans that have been cracked. But now we need to separate the outside from the inside. So there's another machine that does this. Again, I was doing all this by hand, whereas I was learning how to do this in small little batches. And it takes a long time. So what we really need to do next, put it through the next machine, uses a fan to blow away the light outer husk, and then the inside, the nib, drops down. We need to pass it through a few times.
Yeah, it's a long process.
It is a long process, a very long process. The process is called winnowing, which is the same as if you were harvesting wheat, separating the wheat from the chaff. So the bit you need, the inner part, the nib, and the stuff we don't need, which is the shell or the husk. But it can be used for tea, or you can put it in, you can brew beer with it, chocolate beer.
No.
You can also put it on your garden to keep the weeds down and the slugs away, because it's quite sharp. So it's not wasted, nothing's wasted. It's a lovely cocoa tea. It makes a beautiful tea. This is raw cacao. This is the healthiest it's going to get. Yes, right now, in this day. There's nothing else. It's, you know,
a whole bean from inside.
Whole bean.
A whole bean from inside. وهقول لكم دلوقتي حاجة إن أنا هاكلها من غير سكر، من غير الحلويات، من غير لبن، من غير أي حاجة.
Quite specialist. And also we need to melt some cacao butter, make more of a paste. That's going to help that melt in the mouth feel and give the bar a bit more of a shine. And it's a healthy fat. It's a good fat. So here is the chocolate butter.
Oh.
Now you might people often say to me, "Oh, that's white chocolate, yeah?" Well, it's a little bit of white. This is the part that makes white chocolate, because it comes from the bean. But mostly white chocolate is sugar and other fats, vegetable fats and unhealthy
stuff. لو رحت على محل وشايف الاثنين من بعد المعلومات اللي انا عرفتها وخدتها من الراجل والاحساس اللي انا حسيته، والله يعني رباني كده اهوت، انا اجيب الشوكولاته بتاعته. If I give you a chocolate, for example, I make a test now.
Yeah, blindfold.
Between Peruvian, Colombian, and West Africa.
I'd like to think I can now. It's taken many years of research and a lot of eating.
Peruvian was earthy. And Peruvian. Colombian, it's more nutty.
It was only 3 flavors and 3 origins. As a rule of thumb, the Peruvian cacao has a fruity taste. The Ecuadorian to me has an earthy taste, you know. Venezuelan is quite nutty.
Nutty.
You know?
Yeah.
So different regions have different flavors. The West African stuff is very chocolatey.
طبعا اتعلمت لان انا شفت مش عارف اقول اتعلمت ولا ما اتعلمتش لان
Wherever it is.
زبده الكاكاو والشوكولاته وقشر الشوكولاته والشوكولاته موجود. الراجل ده يا جماعه مش شويه، الراجل ده بصوا.
Within a cacao bean, 40 to 50% of it is fat.
Is fat.
And 40 to 50% after the fat's been extracted is left as a powder. So this butter has been processed in Peru. This takes some big machinery, much bigger than the small bits I've got here. Takes a very strong hydraulic press that squashes the fat out and it comes out as a liquid.
Oh,
and then
they stabilize
so
it.
I buy that as butter. We're just going to melt this over a pan of hot water, but not boiling, because we don't want it to exceed the raw temperature of 42 degrees.
Okay.
That's when the enzymes start to break down. So we want to keep it as alive as possible.
أكلات ميكو ليست مجرد طعام، إنها متعة.
Need a jug full of these.
Yeah.
Into there like that.
Yeah.
That goes on there. And then we literally just blitz it one at a time like this. And you can see how it changes from big lumps to a smaller, finer powder. Yeah, the sounds change now. Stops quicker. That's it, it's cool. So then you can do the next one. I've just got to. Okay, on to you.
I'm ready.
Smells coming out now.
I know. I like it. But that's the only thing that disappoints me all the time, that the viewers can't smell.
I know, if we had smell-o-vision,
I know.
that's the future.
Smell-o-vision. I like this.
That's it.
That one. Opa. I can see the difference.
You can see it changing, yeah.
Changing.
Nearly there. There it is. That's it. That's it. When it starts to sort of grind itself up. Making chocolate does really engage all the senses.
It is.
You know, you've got to use your eyes, your nose, your ears, all of it, your touchy-feely.
And your conscience.
Oh yeah, well you've got to be in the right place mentally. You know, you've got to really put your heart into it. If I'm coming to make chocolate and I'm feeling a little bit low, the chocolate doesn't come out very well. I've got to be infusing it with the right energy, you know?
You're gonna make the whole world happy.
Exactly. You know, you're making it with a miserable face, it's going to taste really horrible. You're making it with a smile, it's beautiful every time. A bit like anything, really. There's not so much, we better put the lid on, otherwise we're going to get a bit of a mess. So this won't take long. See what I'm saying? That would have been fun. Nearly there.
I become a musician all the time. If you ever want anybody to work with you, I'm ready.
Are you in?
Yeah.
Cool.
The problem is, I got a commuter really.
Yeah, it's a bit of a trek. If his rates were reasonable, if I didn't have to pay him too much, I'd hire him, yeah. No. If he was as expensive as me, then maybe not. Okay. Alone.
What do you mean alone? You have to come with me. With my plastic knife. Yeah.
Excellent.
Now we're good to go.
Thank you so much. Just make sure we're okay over here.
Should I put it in now?
No, that's good. You don't want any steam going in here.
What's in there? Sugar?
This is the butter.
The butter.
So it's now melted to liquid.
Yeah.
Here we go. Well, it's a little bit hot, but it's okay. We'll bring it over here. You can get a look on that.
زبدة كاكاو البيضة بس بعد ما ساحت.
So now we're just going to make a little paste. So that's going to go in like that. Stir it in. Change the golds to brown. There we go. That's looking good now, isn't it?
Yep.
It'll still flow out of the bowl, but it's got a nice bit of consistency. So now we'll get the next machine. So I've warmed this slightly because it's stone.
حجر جوه.
Obviously, it could be quite cold, and if I was to pour liquid hot chocolate in there, it would just solidify straight away and block everything up. So that's been heated. So here are the stones. It's 100% at the moment. Just 100%. There's no sugar in there yet.
There's nothing here.
No, just the butter and the nibs. So then we're going to place that on there, and we're going to turn her on. And we're going to slowly add these, just gently. Because we're adding cooler nibs into some melted chocolate, the colour's going to change, and we're going to add we're going to have to heat it back up a little bit, just to keep the butter liquid. We're going to have to keep it above 37 degrees. Keep it within raw, keep it healthy, not burn it, but keep it melted. Oh look, you can see now it's really thickening up, and it's starting to go a bit lighter, and its gloss has gone. It's starting to go a little bit more opaque. Yeah. A little bit matte on the finish, and there you go, it's really lightening up now. So now I need to apply heat quite quickly to bring it back to liquid, and it'll start to go darker, and it happens very quickly. See, the gloss is coming back already. That's the butter melting again. Oh yeah, we're well within where we need to be.
37.
So yeah, it's only 33. Perfect, really. It's still raw, still got all its enzymes, still alive, yet it's liquid enough for the machine to cope with. Okay, so the last thing to go in is the coconut sugar. Right, so this again, like when we put the nibs in, this is really going to thicken it up and make it even more of a paste. And did you hear the noise change then? So what we're doing, we're making a 72% here. So the percentage on chocolate, when you see that on the wrapper, you say 70% and 80%, you know, what that is the percentage of sugar to chocolate, to cacao. So I also make an 80%, which is a little bit stronger, and I do a 65 as well, which is obviously a little bit sweeter. The 72 is that nice middle of the road. Anything above 70% is considered healthy, you know, because you've got more cacao than the sugar.
Artificial.
Exactly. I've had this batch going overnight, so this is 24 hours in. It's nice and smooth and glossy, and it's just liquid gold.
It looks, exactly. That's the best way to say it. It looks delicious.
What we'll do is we'll transfer it from this machine into another machine, which is the sort of machine of magic. Essentially, in chocolate, there are 5 or 6 different forms of crystals. Okay. And to get it snappy and shiny and glossy and that melt in the mouth texture that we know and love, we have to temper it, and that's what the next machine does for us. There are ways of hand tempering on marble slabs, but when you've got a large amount, it's easier. Put it in the machine and gives you time to do the rest of the process, because it's a long process.
Normally, how long will it take?
About 2 days.
2 days.
Yeah.
كان بقاله 24 ساعة.
So this is a lovely, lovely shot of liquid chocolate. Oh, there it is. And I'll turn this one on.
That's a universal language. الشوكولاتة دي لغة عالمية.
So what this machine's going to do is just heat it all up to 42 degrees, which will melt out all the unstable crystals, and then it will gradually cool it down to around 29, and that will help the good crystals, the crystals that we want, the nice uniform form 5, which are very square. If you were to imagine lots of different crystals all dancing around fighting for space, we don't want these odd shaped ones. We want the a nice
The solid one, yeah, structured and stuff.
Absolutely, to make it stable, to lock in the fat, so that it doesn't melt in your mouth. It melts in your mouth, but doesn't melt in your hand.
Yeah.
So you can pick it up.
Okay.
It's fine. The moment it goes in, that's
Oh.
when the magic happens. So yeah.
So
This will do all that for us. And
how long will it take here?
about an hour, actually a bit longer because it's only 35 degrees. It needs to go up and then come back down, so it could take a couple of hours. It might be after lunch by the time we're moulding our chocolate, but in the meantime we've got to crack some beans, we've got to separate them, we've got to grind them, we've got to get the sugar right. The magic has happened.
Okay.
The chocolate has tempered.
Okay.
So the green light tells us that it's at the right consistency, and all the crystals have lined up.
And
And
beautifully.
it's beautifully uniform,
Yeah.
glossy. It's ready to mould into a bar. We're going to go into the middle one first. We're going to dip it in, and we're looking for 40 grams here. So we can flip that button again, and we can go. This will work. So then we come over to this section. There is a machine that does this called the vibrating table. What we're going to do is just wiggle it around. A little bit like that. Till all the bottom of the
Like
mould.
drumming.
Just like drumming, you can come up with a little bit of a rhythm. You know that tune?
See?
Yeah, and then over here. I think music and food go together so well. You know, making music, making food, it's all about balance. It's all about finding a nice, happy, you know, end result where you can taste everything, you can hear everything. You've got a nice rhythm, you've got a nice melody. I find for instance, my chocolate, the 80% is a very bassy chocolate. It's got a lot of low-end notes, whereas my 72% is a much more melodic, sort of high-frequency chocolate. So I can, you know, equate music and chocolate quite well together.
فين احنا فين 37 38 39 يلا 39 فاضل لي نص جرام على 40 بيرفكت 40 بيرفكت 80 طول عمري اعرف الايد الحره ميزان Oh, perfect 120. That's too much. That's too much, dude.
Okay, let me hear your rhythms. Feeling it. Nice.
كان الموضوع سهل جدا ان انا اعمل حاجات بسيطه جدا وقعدت قلت ايه هو دي جي الحاجه الوحيده اللي انا هكسبه بيها ومش هيعرف يلقطها الريتم العربي مقسوم شكرا دي جي يعني
أكلات. Okay.
No, I didn't want.
So now we get the foil.
Okay.
We get some foil down. We get up our chocolate, face down. So the first stage is this bottom fold. So we need to pick it up with the rubber glove, fold it up like that, and make a little like V shape there. And we've got the cotton glove to fold down the foil like that from the top. So we bring the top over, and then wherever this one has landed, we sort of match it with the top one to get a nice bit of symmetry going on. So now we just flip it round, so we've got the short side on the right, and we basically do the same thing. We just take this corner, pretty much that spike to the edge of the bar, like that.
Yeah.
So that corner to the edge of the bar, and then just fold that bit down like that. There you go, lovely. And same again on the top. Just bring that. I just bring it down with my index finger like that. And then fold it, and we just tuck that bit up to the top, and then you might want to just tuck that in there at the top and then roll it over onto itself. Bosh. Ka-ching.
That one is beautiful from here. سبايك الذهب. دي فعلا يا جماعة سبايك ذهب. فعلا. Four ingredients أكلات ميكو. Yeah, أكلات ميكو.
Right, we can finish these bad boys off.
Let's go.
Okay, so we've got a bars. Again, face down with the fold on the left.
Okay.
That's it. Because we're going to fold the left-hand side over first. So it's just 3/4 of the way across. And then we're going to bring this side over to meet it. And then we're going to just flip it over to make sure it's in the middle. And then back down there, holding it there with your finger. And then
Don't worry, I'm a
pull the
pro.
backing off.
I'm a pro when it comes
There
to
we
stuff
go.
like that.
And then it sort of fits there. And then the final finishing touch, because this is award-winning chocolate, we put our little award-winning sticker on it.
This trademark.
Sweet!
وكده احنا خلصنا الشوكولاتة من أول النبات لحد العبوات. كان معكم بابلو وميكو. You know, I don't know how to thank you so much, but I'm gonna thank you after I have like a couple of chocolate shots.
Of course you are.
Let's go. We have some chocolate shots.
For sure. It's thick. Oh, you are going to be flying.
Can I fly too?
Yeah.
This is super nice. This is nicer than anything.
You won't need a lift home.
I swear to God.